Hundreds of millions of dollars were pledged to support Africa's voluntary carbon market on Monday. That, of course, is the first day of the inaugural Africa Climate Summit. Now, carbon credits offer an opportunity to unlock climate finance for the continent, but the region currently accounts for just 2% of trading on the global carbon markets, which are valued at over $2 billion US. Here's CGTN's Najma Abdirazak once more with the details on that.
Day one at the inaugural Africa Climate Summit. Carbon credits took up much of the discussions, with leaders and officials stressing the vital importance of harnessing the power of the market-based approach to drive sustainable development on the continent. They argue the SES Summit is the platform for African nations to showcase their commitment to environmental sustainability while also attracting investment and technical expertise to support their efforts. One of the key announcements made at the summit was a $450 million commitment from the United Arab Emirates to buy carbon credits from the Africa Carbon Markets Initiative. ACMI was launched at the COP27 summit in Egypt last year with the aim of boosting Africa's carbon credit production from 16 million in 2020 to 300 million by 2030 and 1.5 billion by 2050.
So equity is really key, but equity is very scarce in our markets, and we have to think about why is that. Well, remember that in the rest of the world, climate finance and investment is sourced and deployed almost entirely locally. It's about 76% on average, but in regions like the US and regions like China, it's more than 90%. Local investment, local deployment. In Africa, it's something around 14%. So we're the only ones out here sort of calling for the rest of the world to come and invest on the continent.
Challenges, however, still remain for the continent. Many African countries lack the necessary infrastructure and financial resources to fully participate in carbon credit programs. Additionally, ensuring transparency and accountability in the carbon credit market is a crucial issue. Throughout the Africa Climate Summit, delegates will be actively working on solutions to overcome these challenges.
So as we continue talking about the different aspects of the carbon markets ecosystem, we now come to the market intermediaries. As I had talked about, we do need regulation. This is really critical to ensure that carbon credits produced in Africa are of the highest integrity, but also that the proceeds from these carbon credits are shared transparently and equitably, including the communities where the carbon credits are produced and the governments.
As the summit progresses to its second day, Africa is keen to get its share of the carbon credit market and play a leading role in the fight against climate change. Najma Abdirazak, CGTN, Nairobi.